Hey folks, Matt here, and I'd like to do a little bit of a run-through of video highlights from my channel in 2021, but I also want to do some metal channel shout-outs. Also want to give out some plans for my channel in 2022, as well as talk about some things in and around metal. So if you can indulge an old man for a few, then definitely stick around. So in the off chance you didn't watch every single last video I put out in 2021, and that's pretty understandable, I'm going to go through some highlights of my channel in 2021, basically the videos I thought were the best, though your tastes might vary. Starting with thread response videos, I did a whopping 10 of them in 2021, which I think is a bit of a record, so to speak. I definitely had 3 favorites that I did. The first one is metal albums that pair well together. That was started by Matt Jones over at the Dark Path channel. Definitely go check out his channel, great stuff there. The next one is cover tunes better than the originals. That was started by Nick Rudo. And the third one, of course, was the sleazy metal album cover art thread. That was started by Chromium Dioxide Radio. Go check out his channel. It's the best thing on the internet right now. I love doing these. I especially love doing the more creative topics that folks in the vinyl community put out. Looking forward to doing a lot more of them if I can, at least a couple, and I might put out 1 or 2 myself. Sometimes I feel inspired. We'll see. One video I really loved doing was my Metal Origins story video. I got a lot of really great response from that. It's a great way to share personal information with fellow metal fans out there. Maybe some closer to my age, maybe not. Let me know in the comments. I do want to do a part 2 to this video. I've said it a zillion times that I'm probably going to do it. I'd like to do it in 2022. This time concentrated on either my discovery of thrash metal or my discovery of extreme metal in general throughout the 80s and early 90s. Let me know in the comments as well if that's of interest to you. I might just do it. So one potential series I started in 2021 was the metal albums I didn't buy in a given year. I got a lot of great responses to it. A number of people really hated me because their favorite bands were mentioned, and some people can't take that. I kind of want to do it in 2022. I'm thinking I probably should. So let me know in the comments if that's of interest to you. Again, probably going to do it. I like the reactions I got, good or bad. Of course, I finally got to put out the second video in my concert series, finally, now that shows are happening once again, at least for now. Of course, I shot Raven live, as well as a few other bands in Worcester, Massachusetts. It was a killer show. Definitely check out that video if you haven't already done so, because it's pretty cool. Of course, I got a couple new shows out in 2021, the first of which is my Metal Vinyl Bootleg show. Love bootlegs. It seems like a lot of you like bootlegs as well. I did 2 episodes of that show in 2021. I'm hoping to do more in 2022. Given the availability of bootlegs, of course, and maybe the price as well. They're kind of expensive, so we'll see what happens. The other new show I started is called Hook Me Up. The basic premise is I go to a friend's house. He or she shows me 10 albums from their vinyl collection that I know little to nothing about. Then I listen to all 10 of them and I tell you what I think about them. It's a pretty cool idea. I did 1 episode with my pal Eric in Worcester, Massachusetts. We had a really good time doing it. I'm looking at doing a couple more of these in 2022. Again, as always, let me know in the comments if you dig the idea and you want to see future episodes of it. I'm thinking a few of you do. Also did a couple of holiday-oriented videos in 2021. I did the horror soundtrack vinyl haul for Halloween, but I also did Christmas metal albums for Christmas. Let me know in the comments if you liked these, you want to see more of these, because I'm a bit on the fence about them. I'm not really sure. Some of the traffic I got, I can't tell whether they're metal fans or not metal fans. Maybe they're coming into my channel because they just want to see Christmas stuff. So that doesn't tell me that metal fans also want to watch this. So definitely let me know in the comments if you want to see more holiday-oriented videos, because I might do a part 2 to Christmas. I might do another Halloween one. We'll see. Unfortunately, one thing I didn't do in 2021 was the whole streaming thing. I did put that out there that I was going to do that, but then I flaked out for some reason. The reason, of course, is time constraints. I have a full-time job, I work a lot of overtime, but then this channel takes up a lot of time. I do a lot of prep and shooting and editing, and all of that takes time. So let me know in the comments if you really would like to see me do a streaming thing. I know I have a couple open invitations to be on other people's streams as well. I'd like to get to those. I'd like to push all of this into reality if I could. So a lot of it's time, some of it's equipment. We'll see what happens. And since I am one of many content creators of the metal variety here on YouTube, I definitely want to mention some channels that I like to watch a whole lot. Shout-outs, if you will. But these are also channels, in some cases, that have plugged the Accusation network. Super appreciate that, by the way. There are also people who regularly visit my comment section and say nice things about my videos, so I kind of want to pay it back a little bit. So I have a list of some channels. I also have them on my iPad because I'm an old man and I can't remember things. So we're going to go to the notes. The first of which, of course, is Chromium Dioxide Radio, one of the best metal channels on YouTube. It's undeniable. The Barbecutioner and Castillo and all of those wonderful characters. The channel basically talks a lot about more obscure albums of the 1980s, heavy metal, hard rock, and things like that. Some of those titles even I've never heard of, and it's just amazing. He turns me on to new music pretty much every single episode. So you should definitely check it out. The production value is amazing. Once you see this channel, you're gonna be like, wow, this is on YouTube? It's amazing. So definitely check out Chromium Dioxide Radio. The second channel I want to mention, of course, is Thralls of Metal. You got Necrotic Nick, you got Jammin' John, you got Shredlord, you got Miller, I think that's right, and probably someone else I'm forgetting. They do metal reviews, album reviews at a pretty good clip. A lot of death metal and some other subgenres. They're pretty prolific in a lot of their selection of albums. I find out about a lot of albums through them. They definitely do some good stuff. You should check out their channel. They also sell t-shirts. Drop them an email. You can look at their video and find that email address and do all of that. Definitely support this channel. Thralls of Metal is pretty cool. Next is Rick over at the Dreadful Minutes. I definitely watch the Dreadful Minutes. It's a great little channel. They do a lot of live streams, usually every Saturday night, with various members of the metal community on YouTube. You'll see some very familiar faces in Rick's streams for sure. Rick occasionally does videos on his own as well that aren't streams, usually checking out various death and black metal albums. He's largely into that. Definitely check out the Dreadful Minutes. It's a pretty cool channel. Next is Robert over at the Metal Meltdown channel. I love Robert's channel. He's a snarky cuss, but definitely like his channel a bunch. He definitely covers a lot of metal that I don't listen to, but I'm curious about. Some of the more complex and proggy stuff he covers that I don't. He's also a pretty smart dude, despite his protestations to the contrary in some of his comments. I definitely go over and comment on his channel. He comes over to mine. It's pretty cool. So definitely check out the Metal Meltdown. Of course, I have to mention one of my pals from across the pond. This is Marc G with a C. Love his channel to death. He has a real sincerity and honesty about his channel that I really love. He loves his death metal. He loves his metal in general. He does a lot of album reviews and collection updates and things like that. You should definitely go over and check out Marc G with a C. And while I'm talking about pals on YouTube, we should mention Darcy 6 Strings 9 Lives. Love Darcy's channel to death. He covers a lot of classic metal. He does full deep dives. He does album discography rankings. Accept is one of his favorite bands, as well as UDO. So you kind of get an idea of some of the stuff he's going to cover. Again, you should check out Darcy. Great stuff. And of course, I should mention one of the longest standing YouTubers in the metal community. Definitely Lazarus. Great channel. He loves Judas Priest. He loves Iron Maiden. He does unboxings. He does collection updates, all sorts of stuff. He covers a lot of classic metal, but he's also into the new wave of traditional heavy metal. He does a lot of videos on those records as well. He does vinyl, he does CDs, and all of that. You should definitely check out Lazarus. And as for one of the channels I've been more recently watching, definitely Lair of the Alchemist. I love the guy who does this channel. He's a big fan of Black Sabbath. He covers a lot of 70s and 80s hard rock and heavy metal. He also does streams. He does a lot of questions and answers stuff. You should definitely check out his channel, Lair the Alchemist. Good stuff. And as for additional plans in 2022 for my channel, I tend to cover all of that over at my Patreon page. You should definitely go over to patreon.com/theaccusationnetwork. I do videos up to 7 days early there. I have exclusive content. I have other fun stuff. So go on over there, check out the reward tiers and see how you can contribute, because it's a great way to support this network, and I super appreciate it. I should also mention that as of January 1st, 2022, I have officially been doing metal vinyl collecting videos for 3 years. Hard to believe it's been 3 years. I know there are a lot of other people out there who've been doing it a lot longer than I have, that do it much better than I do, but I still like to think that I put out some quality stuff, and maybe you do too. Maybe that's why you stick around. So yeah, 3 years. Incredible. And of course, the biggest point I could make in this video, and it's the very reason I do this channel, is for you, the viewer. Big thanks to you for sticking it out. Whether you just subscribed last week or you've been around for the whole 3 years or somewhere in between, I appreciate your likes, your comments, your subscriptions, your sharing my videos with friends on social media. All of that is really a big deal to me, and I'm super grateful that you're all still on board with me. So big thanks to you. So here's to another year of making videos for you, for me, for the cosmos, who knows. Anyways, take care and ever forward.